When you're out on a hot day, trees provide us sanctuary from the sun. They make us feel protected, calm, and provide us with beautiful spaces to gather together outdoors. But so many of our cities and suburbs now resemble concrete jungles much more than real ones. And not having this leafy urban shade can create huge problems, leading to a serious rise in urban heat islands. So, what is an urban heat island? Well, they're a bit different to the islands you find in the tropics. They're urban areas in which the natural green cover has been replaced with dense concentrations of roads, pavement, and infrastructure, which absorb, store, and radiate heat. Just like a car that's been sitting in the sun, our cities and neighbourhoods hold on to the heat of the day. With less vegetation and shade from trees, more heat gets trapped in these concrete surfaces, which are then unable to cool properly throughout the night. This causes the places we live to become significantly warmer than surrounding rural areas, often by several degrees. With our cities growing at a rapid rate, this is affecting more and more of us, with the impacts now reaching smaller towns too. This effect is of course compounded by climate change, which is producing higher temperatures and more severe and frequent heat waves around the country. Cities and towns already suffering with a lack of urban shade will bear the brunt of these heat events more intensely. Whew, sounds like we're in a bit of hot water. But luckily, there is a way we can fix this, while at the same time adding value and vibrancy to the places we live and work. Conservation Volunteers Australia and Chevron Australia are working together to create a roadmap for establishing urban shade forests across our cities. Through the Urban Shade Forest Initiative, CVA is partnering with local governments and their communities nationally to add cooling shade in the form of plants and trees to these communities in need. These plants will absorb the sun's heat, which is otherwise retained in roofs, roads, and concrete. Plus, trees don't just cool by providing shade, but also by releasing water vapor through their leaves. This cools the surrounding air, a bit like evaporative cooling in our homes. In doing this, leafy shade can reduce peak summer temperatures by up to 10 degrees Celsius. Tackling these sustainability issues is great, but it also means a huge win for our communities and the way that we live our lives. We've all lost sleep on those hot, humid nights and woken up exhausted, frustrated, and unable to focus. Urban shade forests allow our homes to cool overnight, reducing illnesses like heat stroke and heat exhaustion, and for our most vulnerable, that literally saves lives. As well as these vital contributions, adding trees to our neighbourhoods also makes them look great, which research shows improves the livability of our cities and suburbs. Creating leafy green spaces leads to an increase in sports and leisure activities and creates more walkable, public spaces for us to gather together outdoors. We know that there's a direct correlation between spending time in nature and an improved state in our mental health and well-being. When we can directly see, smell, and touch nature around us, we know our levels of stress, anxiety, and depression are significantly reduced. In short, it makes us feel great and sets us onto a path to care for nature and grow alongside it. Not to mention the increase in the array of beautiful wildlife who also call our cities and suburbs home. Urban shade forests are a critical investment in both sustainability and well-being, and are a vital response to the increasing frequency and intensity of the urban heat island effect. This nature-based solution sees trees and nature becoming an essential part of urban infrastructure, alongside existing roads, bridges, and railways, making our cities more livable, vibrant, and green.